All right. What's going on, everybody? This is my first YouTube video. I just clicked record. And yeah, it's the year 2026, and I have decided after 8 years actually of doing email and still doing email, I still plan on continuing to do email. I'm also going to start doing YouTube scripts because that is where so many people have reached out to me and told me like we need YouTube scripts. And I've already started writing YouTube scripts for a client in spring of 2026, and I'm still writing for them as of now. So that's what I'm going to be learning and sharing everything I learned on this channel about how to write YouTube scripts that, for one, get good retention, two, generate a lot of money for the person doing it. So ultimately, that's the goal. And, we want, obviously, with YouTube, like the big thing is retention. Like you need to figure out how to keep people engaged. So, um, that's primarily what I'm going to be talking about throughout this channel, and I'm excited to bring all this information to you. I'm a little nervous, I'm not particularly used to being on camera. I'm kind of the introvert writer who's always, doing all the writing behind the scenes, and that's what I'm doing with this current client I'm working with. But but yeah, I think one of the first topics that I wanted to get into today doesn't have anything to do with YouTube, but it has a lot to do with the idea of how to actually come up with energizing ideas in the first place. So, a lot of people think they can't come up with energizing ideas. And I was one of those people. Like when I was working at Oxford Club, for example, that was a place where I would go to the brainstorming sessions. Oxford Club is like owned by Agora. They're like a pretty well-known marketing company. If you're in the copywriting industry, they're not really super well known if you're not a marketer. Um, for reasons I'll probably talk about later, but not for right now. The main point of this video is I just wanted to explain like coming up with ideas is a real superpower. And I think ultimately the three steps that I take with every piece of marketing writing is idea, process, final result. Or like in this case, we're talking about YouTube script. So the result would be the final script. So, taking processes um, and merging them with the idea is key, but I think you have to start with an idea first. Like you can't just have a hook process or a hook framework. Like you need something that you really want to say because every piece of content is just a personal expression of yourself. So what do you want to express here? And, a lot of people just want to express things that have already been said, especially in the case of YouTube. I'm learning in the health industry, everything has already been said, or it feels like everything's already been said. So, how do you keep people engaged when so many things have already been said? And that's the main problem that I'm solving for the client is how can we come up with compelling angles and compelling frameworks, but still we have to know like what we're going to say first, what the idea is. Um, so right now, like if you want to come up with some new ideas or start coming up with ideas that are stemming from your own way of thinking, which is a real big direction that I'm going in the stage of AI, like it's going to be hard to build trust if you're writing generic ChatGPT content or you're not, getting out in front of people in some physical way. And that's why I believe YouTube is going to be a pretty big medium going forward because people being on camera are just going to be more trustworthy because you're seeing an actual person. And I've noticed the stuff that I've been buying personally. I'm not saying this is necessarily the case worldwide, but the stuff that I've been buying lately has been all through people I already knew in my network. I already trusted them. They also use video a lot in their marketing. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that as well. So this is like the first video that I'm doing that. And yeah, and again, like in when it comes to coming up with good ideas, I have some processes that I'm going to link below in the description for the YouTube video that I'm posting here. And one of them is the 2 minute writing spark, which is how you get energizing ideas from a 2 minute writing session every day. And then I also have a PDF called Aliven Your Subject Lines, where I show people how to merge different ideas in a way that kind of gets your brain going and you can kind of go down different rabbit holes. And it's actually a really fun process and I really enjoy using it. I use it all the time when I'm coming up with ideas for like email, because that's going to be the big challenge as we continue to go. You're not going to be able to get away with just being an expert in something anymore. because there's already so many other people that are out there being experts and they've already said the same thing that you're saying. So it's just going to get even more um, interesting in terms of how you can create things that haven't been said before. And I think knowing how to use energizing ideas and knowing what you want to say is the first thing because nobody can really replace you as a person, like your own authenticity. That's something that can't be replaced. So you can start there. That's why I have the energizing idea processes that I've been working on for the last 4 or 5 months. And then you can get into the hook frameworks and the different structures and like putting different um, ways to say things or different unique styles that trends that YouTube is picking up on, like looking at what's working for packaging for certain places. Like that's you can do that research as well and combine those with your own ideas. But like yeah, that's the bread and butter I think of where things are going in the future and where I'm going to be going. So I'm excited. You're going to see a lot more content in the future. I know I say that as I hesitate, like, oh, I got to hold myself accountable now and actually post. But yeah, that's where we're going. So if you want to start using your own or coming up with your own ideas and you maybe don't know where to start, definitely check out the 2 Minute Writing Spark and the Aliven Your Subject Lines PDF, which I've linked to below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.